How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. The Packers have a very short week this week ahead of their Thursday night football game in Green Bay versus the Detroit Lions. So a very important injury report just came out a few seconds ago, and we get a better indication of who will be playing this Thursday versus the Lions. And if you are a new viewer here and want more Packers news analysis and updates every single day, such as injury reports, game analysis, live streams, definitely go down and click that subscribe button and also leave a like on the video. All right, so let's dive into the injury report for this week. Now, there was an injury report released yesterday, but neither the Packers nor the Lions practiced yesterday, so I figured there's no real point to really use that as an update. It really wasn't an update, and neither team practiced, and it was just an estimation. Today was much more of an update for all the players on the injury report, and there are a lot of them. Now, today only was a walkthrough for the Lions and Packers, but it still was a practice. There was press conferences after the practice with the players, which told us a lot more on who might be playing as well. So let's dive into it. So bringing up this injury report, the first thing you notice is how long it is. There's a couple injuries that happened in that game, that comeback, the awesome comeback victory against the Saints, and the Packers injury report was already long before that. So at the top here, we see Jaire Alexander. So we're not going to really focus on Monday, as like I said, they didn't practice. So I'm not too worried about what their designation was Monday, because it wasn't really a real one. What speaks more volume is, of course, today, this Tuesday designation, and tomorrow when they'll get their game designations, their game statuses. So Jaire Alexander today was a limited participation with his back injury. We saw him suffer last Friday, popped up on the injury report, limited, didn't play in Sunday. And a lot of the players that didn't play Sunday, you know, Christian Watson, Aaron Jones, Jaire, you know, probably was them being held out because of this short week against Detroit. And we see Jaire limited on Tuesday, hoping to see a limited or full tomorrow, preferably full, and him being able to play Thursday. Then we see Zane Anderson. He suffered a hamstring injury last week, and he hasn't practiced since and didn't practice today, so likely won't be ready to go against the Lions on Thursday. David Bakhtiari, again, did not participate. Who knows when he'll play? At this point, him not practicing isn't a sign of him not playing or playing, because week one, he didn't practice at all, and he played. But luckily, Quay Walker filling in for David Bakhtiari has been excellent. Like, Quay Walker has looked great these last 2 weeks, especially last week, and he's starting to look like another late-round offensive lineman draft steal by Brian Gutekunst. You know, it's just a 7th-round draft pick just 1 year ago, already stepping into this starting left tackle role in the absence of David Bakhtiari, and doing an excellent job at it. This Packers offensive line depth, at least at the tackle position, is excellent. Guard is still definitely something to worry about, though. Next on this list, we see Devondre Campbell, who left the game against the Saints 11 snaps in and didn't return with his ankle injury. He did not participate today, so don't expect Devondre Campbell to be ready to go against the Lions. Maybe the week after that. They have a 10-day separation between the Lions game and the Raiders game, since it's a Monday night football game, and then they have a bye after that. So the Packers actually have minimal games after this Lions game, which will definitely help them considering how banged up they are right now. So Devondre Campbell did not participate. Don't expect him to play against the Lions. So Isaiah McDuffie, next man up. Eric Wilson might get some snaps as well, like we saw against the Saints. Rashawn Gary, limited participation. Man, what a game for Rashawn Gary against the Saints. 5 pressures, 3 sacks, and just, I believe, 24 total snaps. And he's been doing that week in and week out. So we'll see if we get a little bit more of Rashawn Gary this week, maybe upwards towards 30 snaps. I thought that would be the case against the Saints, but they really didn't need to. He still sacked the quarterback, whether Derek Carr, Jameis Winston, 3 times in that game, and he's been excellent so far rushing the passer this year. Hope he continues it, and hopefully the Packers can strike a deal with him, a long-term extension. Next, we see Elton Jenkins. Obviously, it did not participate. Don't see him back in this game. Probably don't even see him back in the Raiders game. Likely going to be returning after the bye week against the Broncos in the best case scenario. We know how the Packers are with injuries. They don't like to rush players back. You know, there's a slight chance he could play against the Raiders 10 days after this Thursday night game, but I doubt it. We'll see if he ends up practicing at all when that time comes closer, but obviously he's not going to be playing this game against the Lions. Aaron Jones here. He is limited practice yet again. Like I said earlier, if they didn't have this Thursday night game, I feel like Aaron Jones would have went against the Saints, and luckily the Packers still won with all those injuries and being down 17 points and going into the fourth quarter, and yet they still won with a lot of their key players out. So it's looking like Aaron Jones will be coming back for this game, and that was pretty much confirmed by Romeo Doubs after the practice, pretty much saying Aaron Jones will be back for Thursday. Not sure if Matt LaFleur really wanted Romeo Doubs to say that, but nonetheless he did, so it looks like the plan is for Aaron Jones to play Thursday, bearing any setbacks, and hopefully that won't happen, and he'll be limited or full tomorrow and be ready to go Thursday, which will obviously boost this running offense a ton, which has been pretty horrible the past 2 weeks. Next on the list, we see Zach Tom, who is limited today. Amazing to see limited here. That's why I didn't really look at yesterday's injury report and take much weight to it, because he did not participate yesterday, but they didn't even practice. So it's just an estimation, whereas today kind of shows a better picture. Zach Tom with that knee injury late in the game against the Saints, we were kind of wondering what that was and how significant, because we cannot go through another tackle getting hurt at this point, especially Zach Tom, and he was limited today. So that bodes well for Zach Tom being able to play in this game. Now, there is obviously still a chance that he doesn't. I mean, he has an injured knee and he's limited today, could be limited tomorrow and still questionable for the game. That will still likely be his game status of questionable. But, it would be tough to be without Elton Jenkins, David Bakhtiari, and Zach Tom. Well, if Zach Tom is out, likely Josh Nijman will step in at right tackle on Thursday. Then we see Carrington Valentine with his biceps injury left that Saints game after his 32 snaps. Then Corey Ballantyne filled in for him. He did not return in that game. He was limited also today. So same as Zach Tom, yesterday's practice, not a real indication, whereas today he was limited. So if Jaire doesn't end up being able to play in this game, hopefully we at least have Carrington Valentine, but I have high hopes for both of these guys being able to go, especially Jaire Alexander. Finally, we have Christian Watson. He was limited today as well with that hamstring injury, and just like Aaron Jones, we got big news on him. In the press conferences after the practice, Christian Watson was asked if he's playing Thursday, and he said, quote, "That's the plan." So really great to hear that both Watson and Jones, the plan is for them to play this Thursday, and this will be the first time all year Jordan Love should have his full-time offense. Now we'll see what happens with Bakhtiari, but in terms of skill position players, having Aaron Jones out there, Christian Watson, we've seen players like Romeo Doubs, Luke Musgrave, Jaden Reed, even Tay Wicks step up in the absence of Aaron Jones and Christian Watson. I'm so excited to see this offense with all these players in it, and they're going to need these players against the Lions. The Lions have a very nice defense. We saw what they just did against the Falcons, shutting down their running offense, the same running offense that gashed the Packers defense. So it will be awesome to get Aaron Jones and Christian Watson back, and that's looking like that's going to be the case, bearing any setbacks. Aaron Jones has been out 2 weeks now. Christian Watson hasn't played in the 2023 season yet, so it looks like we're going to get these guys back, and I'm super excited for that. I also wanted to quickly run over the Lions injury report real quick. Jason Kabinda did not participate today. Taylor Decker, Jonah Jackson, Kirby Joseph, David Montgomery, and Emmanuel Mosley were all limited today. Matt Nelson did not participate. Frank Ragnow was a full participation, and Big V is a did not participate. So that does it for the initial injury report for the Green Bay Packers Week 4 matchup against the Detroit Lions just in 2 days on Thursday. Also wanted to remind you guys, you have until Saturday to register on Pristine Auction to enter in this signed Quay Walker football giveaway. So you head over to pristineauction.com, register on their website using my registration code BASS, B-A-S, and that'll enter you in this giveaway and all future giveaways. I have some awesome items coming up, like really cool items, so you guys definitely got to check out Pristine Auction and get entered in these giveaways. But that about does it for the video. If you did enjoy it, please leave a like down below. Be on the lookout for tomorrow's injury report with all the game statuses for Thursday. But I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching, and as always, go Pack Go.